Welcome to the 5th episode of the Questions That Don't Matter podcast,
where you get answers you don't need. I'm Quinn.
And I'm Amy.
Disclaimer, we apologize in advance if you believe these questions do matter.
Our first question of the evening is, why do our fingers and toes prune while underwater, get all wrinkly? Why do you think, Quinn?
Well, our skin isn't really made for water, so maybe that's our body telling us to get out of the water.
Okay.
What's the answer?
There are a few I'm gonna talk about, just two. And one of them is like a fact that was found by surgeons. Another one is something that scientists are exploring. It hasn't been proven. It's still a theory.
Oh, okay.
So, first of all, our glabrous skin prunes when sufficiently wet for at least 5 minutes, and glabrous skin is skin on the fingers, palms, toes, and soles of the feet. And surgeons found that if certain nerves of the fingers were cut, they were then unable to prune. So it's like something to do with our nervous system, and that's according to the BBC. And according to HuffPost, we have blood vessels just under our skin that constricts as an involuntary nervous system reaction to being submerged underwater. So yeah.
Interesting.
So if your fingers get all wrinkly after being in the water for a little bit, then that's a sign that you have an intact nervous system.
That's cool. So it's 5 minutes?
Yeah, at least. And then the theory is that it has to do with human adaptation and evolution. So, and theories revolving around evolution or why we have something because of evolution are really difficult to prove with humans. And so scientists are still trying to find a way to prove this through studies, but there still aren't enough. So this is still just a theory, but anyway, apparently humans have evolved, so when our fingers prune like that, it helps us grip wet objects, or like if we're in both wet and dry conditions, just maintain a tighter grip.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
And one scientist did a study on this, just seeing like if it did help people hold objects better or like get a better grip. But then someone else tried to do the same study and like couldn't find the same results in a different country. So yeah, that's why it's still just a theory, but found that interesting. Yeah.
My hands get pruny when I do the dishes at work for too long.
Oh really?
So I'll test that. I'll see if I grip things better.
Okay.
Question this evening was requested by Hallie Parsons, a listener of ours. Last month, she was our top listener.
Woo!
And the only person to ever comment on any of our podcasts, so shout out to Hallie. And her question for us to answer was, since our skin cells die off and get replaced, why do we still get scars? So, Amy, what is your guess?
Maybe that, like, we cannot replace it exactly, so if the scar's really deep. Because usually that's how you get scarred, it's from, like, a deep cut. It's not exact science.
Yeah, you're pretty close, Amy. This answer comes from NBC News and is answered by Dr. John Newman, a cosmetic surgeon and researcher at the Laser Center of Virginia in Virginia Beach. Anyways, when the skin is cut open, the body tries to pull the edges of the wound together, and this is done through growing epithelial tissue over the wound at a baffling rate of 1 millimeter every 2 hours. So fibroblasts, which are special collagen-producing cells found in the dermis, the second layer of the skin, go into the wounded tissue and begin laying down collagen to strengthen the skin. And Dr. Newman says a scar is actually a bunch of unorganized collagen in the dermal layer of the skin. And so over the time, this tissue will try to like reorganize, and the scar may appear to soften, but the skin never completely returns to its original state, especially if the cut is deep. And then, yeah, that's about it. So it's never perfect.
Is that, like, in layman's terms? What you just said, just never perfect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go, Hallie. There's your question.
You're welcome. Our third question of the evening was brought up by Grace Johnson, and she did not formally request it in the comment section, but it's fine. We're gonna do it anyway. And this question is, how and why do narwhals develop their horns? And
I'm going to guess.
Oh yeah, I'm just so excited about this topic.
I'm guessing. I feel like I've heard that it was like a tooth.
Yeah, I told you that.
Oh, you told me that? Wait, but is it the answer?
Well, it's like how and why.
Oh, but it's
how do the horns develop and why do the horns develop?
Oh,
what's their purpose?
How? Because it was like a tooth or something.
Like growing in like a tooth?
I guess. I really don't know. And why? To have epic battles.
You might be right about the second one. But
not the tooth thing, but the battle thing. Awesome.
Anywho, so yeah, like Quinn said, it's not a horn, it's a common misconception. They're referred to as the unicorns of the sea, but they're more like the elephants of the sea, because it's not a horn, it's a tusk.
I really wish you all could see Amy's hand gestures right now. She's very passionate about this subject.
But yeah, anyway, so the tusk is not there at birth, but it does grow through the narwhal's upper lip.
Whoa.
Over time, so it does kind of grow in like teeth do.
Yeah.
And it's mainly male narwhals where you see those epic tusks, like some are like swirly and like some are 8 feet long, you know.
Jeez.
So that's mainly male narwhals, and females do sometimes have the tusks, but they're usually small and not as prominent.
Yeah.
But and this is all from National Geographic, by the way.
Really quick, how do you know how big narwhals are?
I can look it up real quick.
I can't. Just because
Okay.
I want some, like...
Perspective?
Yeah. Like, in relation. 17 feet.
So like half of, like more than half, some of them.
Yeah. That's crazy. An adult is... That's wild.
Yeah.
Anyways. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. So as to why they have their horns, scientists are uncertain of the purpose of the tusk. I'm sorry. I mean. So the purpose of it is still uncertain, but it's thought to have 2 different purposes surrounding mating and impressing the female. So first of all, for mating rituals, like the longer the horn is, like more likely they'll find a mate and impress their mate. And then also it can be used to battle rival suitors, like you said.
Epic
battles for their lady.
Wow, that's interesting. Thank you, Amy. There you go, Grace.
You're welcome.
Okay, so our final question of the evening. We're recording this in the evening. We apologize if you're not listening to it in the evening. But anyways, goes out to my coworkers at work, Friends of Pizza, where you should all visit and eat pizza. Regardless, I'm always forced to cut onions at work, So this question came easily. I actually had to today, but basically the question I have is, why do onions make people cry? What's your guess, Amy?
They don't. People are just using it as an excuse.
I do that sometimes.
But maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going with that answer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're not correct. Except maybe in some cases you are.
Yeah.
According to the New York Times, onions make us cry because of a reaction in the onion that releases a chemical called lacrimatory factor, or LF, that irritates our eyes. So just peeling an onion won't make your eyes water, but if you chop, cut, crush, or smash one, you are done for. The onion cells break open, allowing two normally separated substances to combine. Linked together like pieces of a puzzle, they become a potent chemical weapon. Sorry, part of that was quoted. I didn't write all that. I'm sorry. But basically, I think it's the LF. It turns into a gas and it hits your eyes, and then it hits your sensory nerves in your eyes and causes them to tear up. And that was a quote from Josie Silvori, an undergraduate at Case Western Reserve University in Ohio. So basically, onions are comparable to tear gas, she said. So yeah, it's just like a chemical reaction, and it's basically just like a defense mechanism for onions, and but because we like them, we just deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Like with pineapples and how the whole thing, like, it eats you.
What?
You don't know about that?
No.
Like, pineapples have some sort of chemical, and that's like why your tongue feels like sandpaper after you eat them, or like it just feels off. And I guess the like chemical just like eats human flesh or something like that. And so like someone posted that info, and it was like, so essentially like, eat pineapple before it eats you.
Oh, how interesting. So kind of like that.
Mm.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's giveaway season. If you comment a question down below, you will be entered into a raffle, and whoever wins the raffle will get $3 in quarters. Cause we are all big city kids, and we need that for parking.
So comment down below!
Thanks for listening to our podcast, Questions That Don't Matter.
They say you learn a new thing every day. Well, with this podcast, you learn 4 new useless things every 4 weeks or so.
And follow us on Instagram, SoundCloud, and YouTube under Questions That Don't Matter.
This has been Quinn
and Amy
on Questions That Don't Matter.